Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the UKLC. We're getting ready to go into our third game. We've got a little bit of time just because we are a little over schedule with the speed of these games, but you can see it's Lucent versus Enclave. Jamada, I'm just going to hand you the floor here. Talk to me. What are we excited about?
Lucent have been looking a little better with this lineup of players. To me, and I feel like whilst your recent form is obviously a little more important than the last time these two teams met, because it was essentially week one, right? It's been 4 weeks since these two teams met up. Lucent had a pretty convincing lead over Enclave. It was Lucent really that fumbled the bag and dropped the game to Enclave. It wasn't really like Enclave were the proactive ones from start to finish and then picked up the win. It was Lucent mistakes which Enclave capitalized on. Great credit to Enclave, but I'm curious to see in terms of the Enclave that we get, because we've been seeing better signs of life from Enclave throughout the split so far. They are still one of our teams. Yeah, I mean, they beat Eminem. I think maybe credit Eminem's own mistakes.
It was an absolute fiesta.
Right? But at the moment, Enclave, because of the way the results have gone, regardless of whether they worked really hard for their wins, they're 4-3. They are 1 win behind the likes of Resolve, London, and obviously 2 now that Eminem just picked up an additional win. This is the opportunity to stay on the top half of the pack. So I'm expecting big things out of Enclave now, sort of moving forward, because I think historically now for the last 2 years or so, Enclave have had poor results here in the UKLC. They've not. When was the last time they made playoffs? I can't even recall. It might have been as late as when I joined the league, all the way back to 2019 summer.
It could have been, back when we were in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we're in the bedroom now, but
we're in the bedroom now.
Back we were in the bedroom
kind of
set,
bedroom,
right?
Yeah.
A long time ago, long time ago.
Yeah. So I think Enclave, for the sake of their own sort of skins, need to step it up a bit so that they can maybe make a playoffs and then maybe even make a run to finals and make it to Telia. Because I think finishing 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, back to back. It's not a great look, and this is their opportunity to do it and sort of make a playoff run here, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I absolutely agree. What about Lucent then? I know you kind of said they're looking better on Lucent form. Obviously, they came in with this 10-man roster. Do you think they've kind of locked down their roster at this point, or are we still experimenting?
It seems we may have lost William, Billy, Bonker, and Monker, respectively, I'm afraid. It brings a tear to my eye as well. But it seems like this lineup here, the other side of the 10-man roster, seems to be the one that sort of brings them a little more success. Their game against Viperio, I actually can't recall how close it was. I feel like it was not too one-sided either way until it wasn't. It was one of those games.
They were winning until they lost.
They were winning until they lost.
That's a Jamada statement. Not a Jamada, that's a Gulborg statement if ever I've heard one. Anyway, Enclave were here, and we are ready to get going into the game. Let's see what's going to get banned away. Probably the standard, as the Zinzao will be the first ban here from the side of Lucent, followed up by Viego. So, which actually we don't see banned too much, but it does show its face in picks and bans here and there.
But I think, honestly, very much a respect ban to Salty. This guy has looked so threatening on Viego in the Lucent win, and then I think also in the London Esports game. I want to say he had his hands on Viego, or if he didn't, it was because it was banned away by London. They didn't want him to have it after the Resolve Academy performance. So a lot of respect there. I'm not surprised to see the Nocturne banned away. I'm expecting the Nocturne ban priority to rise quite sharply on this patch. Very, very strong champion. And of course, on the opposite side, very understandable bans. Gwen, Zinzao, Ezreal, and Enclave kind of pick a layer on what they want to just not play against, which could be another target ban. And I will note, Enclave have actually dodged out on a Nunu ban. Skumont hasn't had his Nunu banned away. This is potentially the first time this entire split that I've been here and it's not been banned away.
I don't think we've seen it.
I'll be curious to see whether you'll pick it.
We've not seen a Nunu in this league so far. Excellent is going to get his namesake taken away. Lucent quite happy to pick themselves up the Akali. Yeah. And we'll see what Enclave decide to go for here. You could just look to go for some kind of an answer, the Renekton, the LeBlanc, something that can actually handle the Akali in lane here. Maybe a good jungler if they want. I think that's not a bad rotation, to be honest.
Yeah, something like Set Diana wouldn't be too bad. Renekton Diana, I think, sort of achieves the same thing. Two very, very strong sort of sets of rotations here. And I think Diana is just kind of the strongest AP jungler on this patch now that Rumble has sort of shifted down a bit in priority. There you go, Enclave will lock that one in for themselves. And again, AD solo laner I think is not a terrible idea to lock in. You know, again, Renekton really strong into the Akali set is a potent, powerful combination as well. And if you want to take it and it doesn't get stolen away from you, you can take it on R3 and you can still have first pick on your bottom laners, or one of your bottom laners come the fourth pick as well, which is your red side.
We might just start to see an end of this Nunu ban at all, to be honest. If you're not going to pick it up when it's open, you might kind of reveal that actually it's not just a one trick, but Diana and Aphelios is the rotation here for the side of Enclave. Now, I want to see Lucent just take fresh. I really want to see him take fresh just to deny the safety net
100%
to the Aphelios. And, you know, they don't have to go AD carry here, but they might have to think about it just because otherwise it will get thinned out. And
fresh as a rotation would be so ridiculous for Lucent here. And it seems like they also know that. There's the Varus. And when you lock in Varus and you've got the AD matchup into Aphelios, Thresh is open. If you don't take it, you're griefing. So I would be very surprised to not see it be the lock-in.
I will be very concerned if they pick something else.
It might be another walkout situation again. I might have to just not partake in the rest of the draft.
I will join you on that one.
The draft will just happen in silence for the entire year. As a time second, I'm assuming they're just talking as.
Okay, I'm not walking out. I'm not walking out. I am okay. You know what? Well played. Well played, Lucent. Jamada, you're a jungler. Talk.
Yeah. Well, Nunu's a pretty interesting champion. It hasn't occurred to me how things like the Athena's chain may have impacted his build paths, etc. However, on this patch, it does strike me as a bit strange. I feel like there are other tank options which are a little more viable than the Nunu. His clear speed isn't great, but it's about his early ganks and pressure that he can put down. So we'll have to track Trinket.
I have a quick update because I just got a tweet from Enclave. They finished third last split.
Did they?
Apparently. I mean, I'm trusting Enclave here. I'm sure they know where they ended. And if they got that wrong, then Enclave, you liars. But I'm trusting them. Jamada's going to quickly head to Leaguepedia and just double check the stats.
You know exactly where I'm going because I feel like...
Who was it? Well, it was Resolve and London were top two. That's the problem, is my brain going into previous splits stops after second place.
Did Eminem lose to Enclave?
Or was it a tied for it? Do we do it? I don't know how it works. Was it a tied thing?
How did it work? Let's find out. They finished third, fourth.
Oh, so they finished third. Okay, Enclave. It's kinda there.
They did finish third. Okay. You know, I take it back.
It does count as
I'll
third,
take it back. All right, fine. I'll take my point back. You've derailed us because of the tweet.
By the way, Enclave, as much as you flame me for it, it was Jamada who said the point, not me. I just nodded. In
also, now that you've tweeted at us, you've kind of opened yourself up for a Mundo ban. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know, man. Before last split, it weren't looking too hot. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. I love you guys over at Enclave, but it had been a while since you had a positive set of results.
Anyway, here's the until last split when you came third.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, looking to repeat that then. Fine, I'll change the tone of the point.
There we go.
Looking to repeat that this split. How I forgot, I don't know. I just felt like it was Eminem, Resolve, London, and a different organization. I could have sworn it was Barrage in fourth, but I guess they were one win away from playoffs, if memory serves me right.
Last split and every split before that has just gone out of my head. I completely forgotten. Anyway, that's a solo lane Graves. Okay,
right, so
someone flamed someone in the pre-game lobby, and now someone's troubling. I'm not sure what to make of this. That's a solo lane Graves.
Interesting. Well, I think Lucent are looking for a vacation. That's my only read on this.
If they win on this, Lucent, please flame him. Please, I give you permission. As ham as you like onto Jamada.
I feel like if your Enclave Renekton is like a pretty nice last lock, if you want some wave clear, it wouldn't hurt either. Something like Ziggs would be welcome here.
This is a crazy draft.
Is it mid lane Nunu? No, it's jungle Nunu and mid lane.
It can't be mid lane Nunu, can it? Like that. Monrobo is actually playing mid lane Graves. I mean, okay,
it's crazy. All right, look. I'm done being stunned.
We got to 20 seconds. They might swap Sotsi and Monrobo later.
I feel like Sotsi and Monrobo should swap. I feel like Set is not the most fun of lanes for Akali to play into. And Graves can probably be okay.
He just blinds him when he presses Q and runs at him, and then he just walks away.
Yeah. Well, seems like that's not going to be the case. Maybe we have a player swap in game. We'll have to see, because quite frankly, I am perplexed.
We have had a Tryndamere mid in this lane. Now we've had a Graves mid. We got a Nunu jungle versus the player that plays Nunu jungle. I am flabbergasted. That's what I am right now. This is Jamada, can you make tops and tails of this draft? Or is it we're just gonna have to see it, see how it goes from there?
Again, I've said it a couple times. I'm a caster, not a miracle worker. Okay, like I don't, you're asking me to make wine of water. I don't know what the hell this Lucent draft is. Okay, we're exploring this together. That's what's happening here. We're in for
a wild ride this game, or a very one-sided stomp.
Yes, we're witnessing.
Okay, so just to be completely fair, and not fair, but just to remind everyone at home,
yes,
they picked Varus, and instead of Fresh, they took Nunu, and now you're playing into a Fresh Aphelios bot lane, which is going to be pretty rough, being able to kill the Aphelios. This Nunu Trinket really has to make this Nunu work for me, otherwise, straight up, you lost this game in draft. If you let that Fresh through, that's honestly where I'm at with this. I mean, it's bad when Jamada has nothing to say.
If I don't have anything to say, or I genuinely have to take this much time to say something, look, I think Lucent are here to entertain. I think
they're doing that. They're doing that.
We've seen Willy Wonka and Billy Bonka. We've had the whole Charlie and the Chocolate Factory weekend go by.
That was an amazing weekend.
That was a great weekend. I think they're just here to vibe. I don't know, man. If you've got a draft like this and you win, I mean, props. And I think the entirety of the UKLC has to clown on Enclave.
I think if Lucent win this, we should probably submit them for Worlds.
We might have to.
I'm sure we can give up one of our LEC spots for Lucent at this point.
Yes, I think we can. As you may have
If you
noticed.
wonder why we're on us, I can't remember which team it is, but one of these teams always has really slow load-ins to the game. And then we followed that up with a comms issue, which has now been fixed. So don't worry, we are finally ready to get going into the game. And hopefully at that point we can make tops or tails of what the hell is going on with Lucent's draft, because we have a Graves mid. Only here at the UKLC do you see a Graves mid.
This is going to be a game.
It's going to be a hell of a game.
It's going to be a game.
I am genuinely excited. I am genuinely excited for this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing, or it's going to be really one-sided. I mean, Enclave, to be honest, though. I mean, their carries are a Ziggs and a Aphelios. They need some time. They need some items to actually kind of get into the game.
I'm just gonna cite what Panj said in his interview. If I speak, there is potential for me to be in trouble about how I truly feel about these drafts. So, almost typically Lucent. I mean, it's bonkers. We'll have to see what Trinket is capable of doing.
Yeah. He hasn't got cleanse.
No,
it's fine.
He also doesn't have Ghost.
That's it, cleanse goes.
As we're onto the Rift for what undoubtedly will probably be the most entertaining game of the UKLC summer that we will have in the regular season. It's my expectations. Is where I'm setting the bar.
I mean,
I'm setting the bar, Jake.
We've had some good games. That's a bold statement.
It's not going anywhere else. It's got to be at the top. There's nothing else that this game can be other than a banger. That's the only way, Jake. Now, let's talk about the jungle matchup, because this guy. So Nunu, pretty precarious champion ever since he had his rework. I don't feel like he's ever really been in the meta. at least as far as memory serves me.
I think there was like 1 or 2 patches where he was.
Yeah, like he was like mid lane Nunu was like a thing. It was pretty decent at best. But with the he's hitting the bell and he's got that angry bee, so Lil Pants is definitely trying to win me over. But as far as Nunu is concerned, early aggression. Speaking of early aggression, yeah.
Rightly has to flash, Lil Pants.
He started headbutt. What? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Pulverize. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if Rightly, did he start headbutt without actually doing anything?
Well, he didn't headbutt Rightly. Maybe they just wanted that light trade and then he could headbutt to safety.
Yes, I'm gonna assume that's the call. But yeah, so Nunu, he can be a pretty fast clearer when he wants to be. I think he realistically needs like his first item or Dammies to really like speed up the clear. And then once he's got that, he can sort of power through some of the camps. But I think a lot of the potency comes from ganking, and especially in mobile champions, he really, really punches them hard. However, the issue is in this game, there's something to either interrupt the snowball in every lane, or sort of just dissuade that play pattern outside of the set, which even the set can be a little bit tricky to lock down, just because of the nature of Haymaker and Facebreaker as well. So realistically, it's going to be pretty difficult for him to find lanes to gank, and he actually has a lot of priority. I feel like he's going to have priority a lot in these lanes, particularly towards the bottom side. So I'm expecting...
It's the biggest snowball ever, and Monrobo's coming in there, hunting Screwmon down, knocking up the blue buff. But the snowball fight on Trinket's going to steal away the blue buff.
Yeah, and there you go. One of the powerful things, it's always been one of the powerful things about Nunu. The fact that Consume is obviously so much true damage. It makes trying to take 50-50s on jungle camps so hard. And it's just a good pathing from Trinket in general. It's 4 camps into blue. He knows that Screwmon wants to do a full clear. It's a Diana at the end of the day. So very easy to track. Not only do they track, they get blue and Gromp. They're going to get the Scuttle on the bottom side. Screwmon is, however, going to pick up the Scuttle on the top side, and he should be able to pick up the Gromp there if he wants it. As you see the missing ping come down, Screwmon was about to start basing before he put the ward down himself, so now he's going to pick that one up. So he's going to feel a little less worse about it, but at the end of the day, Trinket doesn't really care. He's achieved his objective. He's sort of interrupted Diana farming pattern, and he's going to go for the reset himself and then look to probably get aggressive onto one of these lanes.
Yeah, he's still got his Krogs as well at level 1. At least for Screwmon, he can look for a reset, and his Krogs will be spawning up. There'll be level 2 Krogs for him. And then he can just look to farm downwards, as he did, but we'll be doing so without his blue buff. And a slight CS deficit to Trinket, who is building up the biggest snowball ever. The flash has come in. They're looking for the headbutt. They're looking for the pulverizers. The teleports are coming down. Is it going to hit in time? In for Lanterns to safety. And Little Pants is getting chased. Knocked down for the moment. His first blood picked up excellent. In for going low. Does he have enough shielding to keep himself alive? Stutzy will fall to Impulse as he gets himself 4-man Gravitum off, but not going to follow for any additional damage.
Yeah, Felios doing so much work there. The kite back, also all of the early damage from the Haymaker already in conjunction with that ramped up tower shot just meant that Stotzi ended up walking a little bit too far forward. The call initially definitely made to go onto the bottom lane, but once the teleport comes down, you can see the focus immediately shifts. Trinket just pulls the trigger a little bit too early, doesn't end up knocking up Infor, but it doesn't matter. Manages to get forward and root up the support, and Infor with the Haymaker back with a little bit of help from Impulse. Additionally, gets that kill into the Aphelios' pocket, which pretty big deal. Like we said, Aphelios, Ziggs, really big item spike champions. Any gold shot into them is definitely a big win. And it was excellent that picked up the 1 kill that Lucent managed to secure in that trade. So even, all in all, between the AD carries.
And, you know, we haven't really talked about it too much, but there is a Graves mid.
Yes.
Probably should hit on this guy. He's
there's a new jungle. There's a new jungle hit brain. What do you want? Like,
I mean, we got two wacky picks here.
Yeah. So the Graves pick is interesting. So Graves on, was it Dispatch? I don't know if it was 14 or 13, but AD base AD buffed up for the Graves. It's either coming or it's this live patch right now. I'm about to tell you as I get the patch notes in front of my face. But yeah, so a lot more power potentially coming. It's not this patch. It's going to be next patch. But in general, it's just all about the priority.
They're coming in
now.
again. The lantern
Oh,
by
the lantern!
Likely! Are you trolling?
What? Oh
I mean, Trinket's actually going to dodge away on the hook because a lot of shurikens got built up by impulse for Likely.
What's going on?
What was he doing?
Oh, man. I think Lucent, I told you, man. I think Lucent are here to vibe, give us some entertainment.
I mean, they are building snowball after snowball, and Trinket, the minion, will save his life. But Screwmon now looking to come in for the turnaround, going to not be able to find it as the piercing arrow just clears through the wave a little bit for Excellent.
Yeah. Strange occurrence of events there, but yeah. So
This
all about
game.
priority, wave clear. Graves can have mana issues though if you're constantly spamming out the Q to clear these waves. Well, you can see the AoE or attack just means that you clear the waves a little bit quicker. The Q is also a minion wave shredder, so whenever it's kind of just like priority on command with the Graves, and he can be very, very strong in some of the skirmishing. Of course, when Graves was in the jungle, one of the best aspects about him was sort of finding early skirmishes with the enemy jungler and just trying to abuse the range advantage and the general stats that you would typically have over the enemy jungler.
Man, he's got electrocute. Does a fair amount of burst damage there.
That's the thing. I'm expecting this Graves to build pretty burst heavy, something like the Eclipse into Black Cleaver maybe, or just another lethality item. But at the moment, I think those Eclipse Collector, yeah, not bad. But I think the most common builds at the moment are the Eclipse plus Cleaver. But that Collector doesn't sound terrible either.
I mean, I'm only trolling, but Collector's such a
because when Graves was at the start of the meta this year, the Collector was the second item of choice. What Robo?
No! Good flash.
Ooh. Great flash. Yeah, so Collector could also be an option, and it gives crit as well,
which is not a terrible option.
No,
It's
and
a
it gives
fun
crit,
item.
which crit scales ridiculously well on Graves. That might be the signal for this gank.
Has got that perfect execution. He's going to try and jump away to safety. Almost gets the kill onto N4. He's going to be able to find him. Sitsi now trying to make the runaway as the Moonfall has popped, and he is going low. Q will secure the kill. Sotsi goes down.
Okay, Screwmon right-click the creep, almost cost him the kill. I mean, he had flash, so I think he would have been fine anyway, but still scarier occurrence. Almost as Lucent going to pick up the dragon, knowing that Screwmon is on the top side. A nice takeaway there. And you can actually see Impulse and Rightly taking away the Grom, so trying to at least strip away some of the cross-map camps, potentially to be picked up by Trinket. On the back end of this play, they're even flying up the blue buff, so they're playing really, really defensively as Enclave jungle looking for jungle camps, but he won't find them here as, honestly, Sotsi a little bit overeager, I think, in my opinion, not necessarily knowing where Screwmon could be, but plays it excellently. Info does have flash, but he doesn't flash away from the perfect execution. Definitely a weird election of choice there, but it's fine because his jungler was in the area to make sure that play doesn't go entirely awry.
My assumption is he didn't expect Sotsi to get him. I think he probably thought Screwmon could finish him up in time, but he was wrong. Monrobo, he's been pretty good as far as the CS department's going. As a speedy Trinket, they're going to pick up the second objective for the team, and it's like you're saying, it's really hard to secure any kind of camps or neutral objectives versus this champion because the true damage on his Devour.
Consume. I got
Consume. What's Devour? Who's Devour? Tom Kench. Tom Kench. It's Feast is Tom Kench.
Feast
is Cho'Gath.
Feast is Cho.
Devour's...
There's a lot of eating abilities.
Yeah, there's a lot of eating in this game.
I don't know if Akali does it in this skin, but she also eats a bowl of ramen in one of her...
She eats them in every skin.
There you go.
It's one of her... It's like her joke animation, I believe. Yeah. The type of ramen changes from skin to skin.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
On her new...
What?
Oh, hello? Oh!
That...
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play that because I just thought Monrobo was on his team. Like, in my head, I was like, yeah, he knows he's there. And then realized Screwmon was invading.
That is so ridiculously unlucky. Hey guys, I'm gonna dash back into my chicken so I can get a reset off. Finds the enemy jungler and bottom lane on the camp.
Right. Man.
Like the wave is dead. He's like, okay, I'm gonna find a reset spot here in safety. Oh man.
Oh man.
That's an unfortunate event right there. It's the fact that he started recalling that gets. It's like Jaws, but the music never ends up playing.
just jumped into the shark's mouth. Looking under the bed to check if there's a monster, finding out there's actually a monster under the bed. Oh!
But if we take stock of this game, just real quick, because there's not really much else to talk about, to be honest with you. Gold lead, only 500 in Enclave's favor. The items haven't really come in yet as far as mythics, with the exception of Excellent, who, of course, starts on the longsword with this Varus build. So a little more accelerated to it. Oh. Was that snowball invisible to the players as well? Because I hope not.
I mean, that bug still exists, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Well, let's hope that it's just spectator side, because that's a very frustrating bug to deal with. As we've blown through the matches today.
We really have. Having very fast-paced games. Very fast-paced games.
Yeah, Viperio and Vision.
If you could come up with a new joke skin, you know, you got the definitely not Vel'Koz and Blitzcrank skin line. What joke skin would you do?
I wouldn't mind like more, you know, like Mundo or Draven skins.
Yeah,
just I think they're stupid. Like,
yeah, they're good.
I don't know what champions you would specifically do it for though.
Excellent. Eats the hook, flashes away to safety. He's going to be A-OK.
But the next time that Impulse has a Gravitum or actually finds that Death Sentence, there is no way out of that one. But yeah, I think like, you know, the Draven, Mundo skins.
I don't know what
champions.
I think that's an amazing skin. I'd like a skin, or unfortunately, probably due to copyright, could never happen. Or like a Mighty Boosh Diana skin, and when she moonfalls, it's just Noel Fielding's face as the moon in the Mighty Boosh. It's the circle.
Okay.
Did you watch Mighty Boosh?
No, I didn't.
Okay, it's actually kind of terrible when you look back on it, but at the time it was just one of those stupid sketch shows. Oh
boy,
it's invisible.
I mean, but it could just be spectator side.
Oh, I hope it's spectator side.
It could just be spectator side. Let's hope that is the case. As
the plates,
no plates. Oh man,
is heartbreak.
Oh boy, I've never seen a Herald charge and miss out by that fraction of a second. That's crazy. But speaking of crazy, this teleport could signal off crazy things.
I think we're in for a bit of a fight as the chains come down by Excellent. Dragon's already secured. Excellent is low. Everybody flashes out. Little Pants, I think he might be in trouble. I think that's a cow who survived. Little Pants gets the dabbing penguin and he's out.
Yeah, flash over the wall. The unbreakable will means that he is a little bit too tanky at the moment for Enclave to burst through, even with the CC and some of the damage available. So, makes it out of that one. Plates not picked up in the mid lane for Lucent. Pretty sad, but what might be picked up is this bottom lane. Okay.
Okay, the snowball was cancelled and turned invisible.
Well, while Skumon might now turn this into an opportunity to try and gank, but he's also turned his nose up on the opportunity to dive as well. Never mind.
Coming in. They've used the lantern. Impulse is all no.
He's got flash.
They judge away. They go for the flash. They get the knock up. And Tootsie will find himself a flash. It's a Trinket jumping under the tower, deciding to cool it off. I think that was probably the right move there.
Yeah.
Geez, almost got the absolute zero off though.
Yeah, he was pretty close, and I think, almost had Impulse rooted, but I believe he started to tank the tower, so didn't feel it was worth to stay underneath. As Monroe is going to make it out to the top wave. Actually, I think he might be missing it, so he's opting for the Grump instead. No wave just yet, so efficient use of his time, stealing away his jungler's camp. Not too shabby.
I can't believe I had a game with Graves mid, and it's just not had an opportunity to talk about it because it's just clearing waves. That's all he's doing.
But that's kind of what I expected of the Graves, at least.
Yeah.
Whenever Graves' lane has been meta, which it briefly was, I think, in about Season 8, it was mostly about the wave clear.
I mean, way before then, he was actually an AD carry.
Well, yeah, I'm talking like post rework, right? As a hello. No, just wants the minion wave. Okay.
No, I love the new rework.
For Nunu?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like 4 years old.
It's tilting as hell as a mid laner to play in because he just ganks your lane on the way through while he's ganking somewhere else.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you're playing a mobile mages in the mid lane, Nunu is quite genuinely like worst nightmare.
He's
jungler. It doesn't get much harder as a jungler. I think the only one that comes to mind is like old J4, where playing mid lane versus Jarvan is just nearly impossible.
What did he used to do though? I can't remember what like old Nunu used to do. He always had his chomp chomp.
Well, he had consume. Yeah. He has blood boil or had blood boil. So
yes, he'd give attack speed, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and eventually it also gave bonus AP, which led to some pretty funny funneling comps with Karthus Nunu. Nunu in the mid lane, Karthus in the jungle.
Oh, nice. Rightly's going to get hit by the biggest snowball ever as he's going pretty low. Hasn't got the absolute zero. He's going to get bopped back. And one kill's secured by Excellent with the arrows. Little Pants now getting hunted down, and Screwmon will be able to Lunar Rush as the Moonlight Vigil comes in.
Hey, I just realized.
Yeah, a bit of Moonfiend bot lane team here.
Enclave, you know, they're a Silas away from Moonlight 3. TFT joke.
Silent?
No.
Oh, he does have...
It's from the old set. Come on, you used to play TFT, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. I still do play TFT, actually.
There you go. No.
I didn't play much of the old set. I didn't like set 4, which was the last one.
Oh, Chosen, really?
Yeah, the last 2 sets I didn't really like. The Space one and the Chosen one.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Space one. I'll say
I thought Chosen was too coin flip of a mechanic. I felt like it was too... Like, the game's obviously partly RNG, but it just felt like there was too much RNG in it.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I don't know. I felt like it was pretty hilarious sometimes, rolling like the perfect Chosen or just not getting chosen at all.
I mean, it felt good. It felt good if you got like a Chosen Yasuo really early and then you'd just be able to take over the game. But I really like this new set. I think this new set's really fun, actually. The corrupted items, although we're getting not holy items, but light items coming in the next one. So they're basically no drawbacks. They're just really strong. That's literally what they are.
I like that.
I don't know.
I'm
on the fence about them because I feel like suddenly light items are going to be really good because the power of like the corrupted items they're strong, but they have drawbacks. So there's like a sacrifice to taking one. I feel like we might just not have that.
That's what makes them light, right?
I mean, I get that.
Yeah. On themes, Jake. Themes, all right? Work with the times. As speaking of time, it's time for this third dragon fight, which I'm assuming Enclave will opt into because, hey, there's 5 members here and Softy's on the flank with the Akali. Keep our eyes on him.
Scary place. They're looking for the hook. They're actually looking to slam in for in. A great hook by Rightly. As here's the bomb. Here's the turnaround. Excellent has to jump away and Trinket's caught out. Absolute zeros there. And Salty running amok on the back line. Finds himself a shutdown, but Screwon will take him out. In for being drive-by Monrobo. He doesn't even see him. Trinket will be able to consume Smite, and now Monrobo being chased by Infor. The face breaker is on as he takes a haymaker to the face. He is not going to be able to survive this. The flash by Little Pants and the biggest snowball ever will find a knock-up. They blast Cone to safety. And Monrobo is out of there.
Wow, okay. Crazy fight there. Sotsy runs amok in the back line. And all the while, there is an entirely different fight going on between a couple of frontliners and the rest of the Lucent squad. As you can see, Monrobo does his best to try and assist as well with that collateral damage, but on the bottom side, it's all about Infor buying a bunch of time for his team, while his team are just dying to Salty, so it doesn't end up mattering. Eventually, Lucent also return back to the Dragon, which they secure, so they're now 1 away from Salt. And Monrobo is able to survive with the help of Little Pants, as they all make it to the Skull. And of course, let's not forget the Nunu.
Nunu is here. Impulse is 3-1 on the affiliates. I completely forgot that next champion. That champion's name. 2 items, got the Hurricane, got the Kraken Slayer. Excellent. Should just be able to defend this tower. Very close to going down, but was able to survive. He's also got 2 items, but the Mirror Mana's not stacked up, so it's not quite the spike. 97 health. Thank you very much, Observer. on that tower. So, you know, one wave, a stiff breeze, a slight fart, you know, things will knock it over pretty easily.
Probably just push it over at this point. But yeah, you can see Enclave, they want that tower. As they're trying to set up some numbers around here. Try and funnel the gold into Impulse if possible. But I look over to Lucent, and there's not really much going on in terms of a response. I think where's Nunu's in the mid lane with Graves at the moment, so it should just be the tower going down. Have to give that one up. Be a pretty hefty sum of change going into Impulse's pocket. And Axelan is surprisingly fallen quite far behind 1-to-1 in gold.
Yeah, he really has. There's a big snowballs coming up. Just going to hit the minions, and Monrobo dodging away on a lot there. That could have been one dead Graves.
Yeah, if one of those abilities hits, that's
hold on. Monrobo might be going Collector, actually. He's got Pickaxe.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh.
Yomu's, Collector, all of these.
Oh, no, it's a Serpent's Fang.
Ew. Huh.
I suppose versus Infort with his shielding, Scoomon shielding, the Lantern shielding. I like that.
Pretty good Serpent's Fang pickup.
That's a very good Serpent's Fang. Good job.
Ow. Hey, Monrobo, good job, man.
Yeah, you know. Gotta let them know when they're doing good.
Yeah, and the Locket
He's got
as
a
well.
troll jungle, so, you know, he's still playing the game.
I don't think he's trolling. But yeah.
Trinket's actually playing quite good here on the
yeah, surprisingly, the Nunu has been a pretty big part of a lot of the plays that Lucent have made in this game so far. So hats off to you, Trinket, especially pulling out Nunu against the Nunu player in the league, or the supposed Nunu player, if the bans or anything to be an
I mean, to be fair, you are right, supposed. We've never actually seen him play Nunu. Maybe it's just a long con. Maybe he doesn't actually play Nunu at all. He spread a rumor that he was a Nunu player.
He just doesn't play it in comp. Like, he plays it in solo queue only, and it just draws bans.
Yeah, that's literally it. He doesn't want to play 900 games of Nunu, but he does just to draw the bans.
It's starting to make so much more sense now.
That's big brain.
Yeah. As stagnation in the game, I feel, until this next dragon spawns up. Curious to know whether or not Enclave really want to fight over a soul, whether they feel comfortable enough to just kind of let it go, maybe look at the Baron as an option. Because, I mean, Cloud Soul, other than just giving the ultimates over to Lucent on a little more frequent of a basis, it's not like the craziest soul in the world to lose.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. As they're death brushing the bottom side in that, so it says to me that they certainly don't want to give it up.
I mean, it's a Nunu as well, so Nunu can't even use Cloud Soul. Everyone else uses it okay, but I mean, Trinket not probably that fussed about it. I mean, the only thing that he gets from it is a bit more movement speed and, you know, able to cast his ultimate more, but he's only casted it 4 times this game, so I don't think that's really the problem. As Invisible Snowball, once again, is going to knock up Infort.
I really hope that it's spectator side, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you could kind of see the outline, right? But at the end of the day, when you're talking about these big fights where there's loads of particle effects going off, you kind of need to see that, man. Like, I don't know.
So if he lets go of it while he's out of vision from the enemy team, it goes invisible, I think.
Yeah, that could be the trend. It looks to be just any time, though.
It's like they're giving up Dragon and they're trading it for Baron. They got a Nunu. It's actually really hard to secure versus him. Spikely's going to place a ward over, and the collapse is going to be coming in.
If they bring this down to about 4K, they can burst.
This is already low. This is very, very low. They're bringing Scoomon in as the Rocket's going to do a bunch of damage to this Baron. Teleports are coming in. They've got the burst. Trinket's inside the pit. The consume. The smite. It's secured. They can't even get Scoomon in. He gets the moonfall off, and Sutsi Shuriken flips away to safety. M4 now inside the pit, and the perfect execution away. Sutsi on the run, rightly slowed down by a hail of arrows. An Impulse unable to find the Akali. The Baron recall will come through. And Sotzi did his job. He bought time for the team, and he is out of there.
And only at the cost of Little Pants. You can't ask for a much better Baron takedown than that in a situation like this. You give over that Cloud Soul Dragon to pick up the Baron, and now it's all about picking up any of the remaining towers on the map where and when you can. Ultimate comes down, a lot of AoE damage, but it's all about Softy in the backline, who just buys so much time off that teleport. Comes in over the wall with the perfect execution, puts the Shroud down. Yes, Little Pants dies, but there's so much focus on Sotzi once he dives forward that Lucent kind of get a freebie in the pit. They just get the Baron and leave. Real nice distraction work. Espionage from the local ninja.
I mean, trading Cloud Dragon for that was absolutely worth, but if they can use it effectively, that's the big but. This top lane tower is pretty much assured to go down. It's very low anyway. It's what they can do with the other ones. Like you said, these side lane towers, these tier 2s are worth more gold now. So it will be a nice pickup. You can see the gold swing this game. It's almost even now. 100 gold separates the two teams, and this was a pretty large lead at one point.
Yeah, exactly. You can see in the graph highlight, I believe the peak of it was about 3,000 gold. As 300 now goes into this pocket of Sotsy, and he's working with Baron Wave, and there's another wave on its way if they sort of take their time with slow push here. All of these waves can stack up. And Enclave have to respond. I mean, they've got the Ziggs. Sykes can clear a lot of these creeps out, but they're still Baroned up, so there's going to be a lot of time sort of available to just pick this tower up. And you can see it's already being chipped really low.
Oh, a lot of damage by Sykes, though. On to Excellent. And that means Excellent has to be careful. Meanwhile, in the other side of the map, Monrobo got a large wave that Infor has to deal with, but Infor, you know, kind of going to struggle. Can't really get too close because Monrobo can just harass him from the distance with the rage advantage. And Tower's going to take a fair amount of damage. I think the damage from Sykes, though, onto Excellent will cool off the siege in the top side, although Sotsy is hanging about in the area.
And Enclave, just off the lane assignments that Lucent put down on the table, were able to rotate into the mid lane and pick up their mid lane tower. So nice to sort of secure that one. Opens up the map just that little bit extra. Eventually, you know, towers start to mean a little bit less when it comes to map control. This isn't like a 15-minute mid lane tier 1 takedown, but certainly makes rotations a little bit easier. You can catch the wave just a bit higher in some of those scenarios, and those scenarios can be the extra seconds that you need to make it to a play. So nice of them to recognize that Monrobo is in the bottom side, the rest of the team's on the top side.
All of the ward for Enclave is now, all of the warding, sorry, is on the top side of the map. They are leaning heavily towards that's where the siege was, but with the Baron's, the Dragon spawning up in 1 minute 30, Lucent's probably going to want to get it. I mean, soul for them is nice, so why would they not want to look to try and pick it up at the least, even though it's not going to be game breaking. It's still a soul, so they've got all their vision hanging down around there, and Enclave are going to have to use this next minute to slowly move into the river and try and get vision dominance. Looks like Right Clay and Screwmod are going to start this up for them.
Yeah, going to just go in as a pair. They also have the backup of Infor as well, but they're not going to ward too deep for now. I think they're relatively happy with the shallow vision, and also Lucent just having the priority. So we'll see what exactly the play will be for these teams when it comes to Cloud Dragon. Because again, it's not really a game-breaking dragon. It's not one that's going to change the landscape of the game. But what could change the landscape of the game is a pick like this at a moment like this.
So see, Shuriken flips. He can just follow it back in if he needs to. Turning around towards Impulse. I think you were out, Sitsi, but he's going to lose his life. And no dragon up. The shutdown went to Infor, and Monrobo will take the second tier 2 tower of the game for the side of Lucent. So over the map, they trade 1 life for 2 towers. And a lot of the control by Enclave was moved towards this top side of the map. So it does look like Lucent do have the inside trackers rightly with 2 arrows. He's already low, and Monrobo, he's got a large wave in the top side of the map. I don't think he's even bothered about the dragon. I think he's more happy taking the tower, but look at the damage coming in from Excellent onto these members. They're just poked out. They're so low and Trinket. He's going to pop the blast. The tower is secured. Not going to find the dragon, as Infor will chuck him out, but the arrows are just raining in. The chains are going to land. There's a lot of damage onto Infor. Hysterics has been popped, and another arrow is going to seal the deal. Excellent secures the kill, as the inhibitor will fall to Monrobo. They're coming in. They're bringing the teleport, they're bringing the back, and the moonfall's been used, and that is so much damage. Sykes comes over the wall, and here comes the turnaround. Sotsy finds himself one into the Shuriken flip. Impulse stopwatches, but he is down. Shutdown picked up by Excellent. More like Arrowland at this point. He is landing so many Qs.
And Jake, this could be the game right here. There's 3 members dead on the Enclave side of things. Lucent have a wave to work with. The poke is so obnoxious and Sotsy. They can just pressure them off the towers. This is it. This is game.
This is game. Enclave, get in the clown car. you've been clowned on. The Nunu Graves are going to find the win here. And that was a good game. They are low. Sykes is doing his best to save the day. Stutzy just about to save the minions. Wait a minute. Holding on to Lucent, you've been clowned on. Enclave bought the circus.
You know what? Lucent, you get in the clown car. Because you can't end the game. Oh my god. Heroics from Sykes, though. He doesn't give up. He layers in the damage. And eventually it becomes meaningful. They dive onto Scuba underneath the tower, and it ends up being an overcommit. And now, honestly, Enclave can probably pick up the Baron and delay the game even more. And exactly like their first round robin matchup is absolutely delivering on the Clown Fiesta side of things. Let's see if they're able to actually pick up this Baron, because Monrobo really, really strong. He's got 3 items completed. If he's allowed to, even Aura Impulse twice, plus put an ultimate down, he's almost going to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, the zone control from Sykes is there, though. The rest of the team are coming in. Can Monrobo buy the time? Gonna dash over, gonna get eaten by the satchel. Throws out the Q, a lot of damage as the Moonfall's being used. Now Little Pats has to run interrupt. Can he do so? Comes in for the pulverize, comes in for the headbutt. Not gonna be able to find the damage. And Enclave are now inside the pit, but Monrobo refusing to let them base 1v4. Not gonna jump in, but the big cavalry's lever. It's gonna stop the resets. Trinket's coming in. They're inside the pit. Axel is trying to find it as the Absolute Zero is gonna find the pop. Can Enclave base a triple kill or impulse as the arrow shuts him down? Oh my lord, this game is nuts!
What's going on, man? I have no idea anymore. Baron secured for Enclave, but at what cost? At this point, it's starting to be my sanity as we get a replay of this fight underneath the Nexus Towers. And it's a great sort of amount of time to be bought by Scumon, by Sykes, who does a lot of the heroic work here. See Sotzi really low on HP, and in general, the HP bars across the board really, really low for Lucent. And they're not great tower takers. Sotzi eats up a bunch of damage from all of the Ziggs, and the same for Lil Pants. He dies to creeps. Sotzi also ends up dying to creeps as well. And because they're dying to the minions, they're not able to attack the Nexus. And that's basically the deal breaker for them here to not pick up the game. And then honestly, Monrobo, he's not a KDA player after this. That's all that can be said about this player. It's the same for Lil Pant. They're just buying time. The cavalry's on the way. The rest of the team's respawned. Monrobo dashes in to put an end of the line down to stop 3 recalls, technically 4. And then eventually Trinket even makes his way in with a snowball. He donates his life over. But it means they strip away the Baron buff of Rightly, and Axel manages to find an arrow onto Impulse. Whoa! What a crazy, crazy... I don't know what to say about this game, man. It's... Yeah, it's insane.
It's
Ziggs dealt 28k.
Oh my god!
He's dealt more damage than his top jungle and AD combined. It's about even. It's about even.
I mean, his damage graph is so big it was going onto the side of Lucent, but even so, even with Baron, Cloud Soul spawning up, can Lucent finally lock that down?
I for their sake, I hope they can. For your voice's sake.
Hey, man.
For my ability to sleep tonight, perhaps.
Waking up in cold sweats. Graves mid. Nunu, jungle.
What is this? I just like...
Open Nexus. 18 seconds. It actually looks like Enclave aren't even bothering contesting it. I think they're happy with they've been able to secure 2.
I think they're aware that, given the state of their base at the moment, if they even give Lucent the opportunity to potentially backdoor, they will take it. And again, we've said it for the last 15 minutes that it's been a relevant point. Cloud Soul is not a game-breaking soul in this one. It just isn't. It's just a fact in this game.
I think the only thing is it delayed Elder to the point where Enclave might have been able to contest it a bit more effectively.
Yeah, exactly. That's about it. And I mean, if we remember the last time that Elder was spawned onto a rift containing Lucent and Enclave, it benefited Enclave in the end. So we'll have to see exactly how things progress from this very hectic moment in time onwards. As you remember how we was on schedule, well, you know, ahead of schedule today.
Yeah.
Games doing something to that.
I mean, We were ahead of
worth
schedule,
it.
So it's good.
You know
It's
what?
good. And it is worth it.
I'm down for it. Yeah, I'm down for it.
Hey,
We've
man.
had
2 quick games to put us then back on schedule with a long but incredibly fun game. Worth it.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, to be honest, 3 long games that are all really fun are worth it. As long as the games are fun, I don't care how late we go.
Yeah,
That's a
there you go.
speedy Nunu now.
Yeah. Those
There it is.
Cloud Dragons plus the Rift as well, helping out. Doesn't have a Dead Man's Plate just yet, but he's going for the randoms anyway, so it likely won't see that item picked up for him. As we haven't really done an item checking in a while, but honestly, the fact of the matter is everybody has bloody items, and a lot of them are very strong. Softly
I
can
can list
one-shot
them all
any
if
of
you
the
want,
squishies. Like, look, I could go down a list one by one, champion by champion, but realistically, everyone in this game is strong. I don't think there's much delusion about that. And that's what our observer was doing. I was very curious. So, Sykes is the only person in this game that has Gathering Storm. And he's currently being gifted 48 AP. And in 3 minutes' time, that's going to be increased to, if memory serves me right, 84. I think it doubles at every conjuncture. So, it's a lot of free AP to be given.
Baron going to be spawning up in 50 seconds. And listen, I mean, it's not overly slow. They've got the Yumus now onto Monrobo. I'm curious to see what his last item will be on the Graves. Really curious to see what his last item is. He's level 18 as well, so he is... I mean, this Graves mid, you know, 1 and 3, it's worked. He's actually made it work. He's been able to just play the wave clear, able to secure that inhibitor for the team earlier, sacrificed his life, but he's in the kind of damage this champion is capable of doing.
Yeah, I mean, we memed it, right? When we came into the draft, but it did its thing. It did its thing. And yes, whilst his score might not highlight the most, impact that he's, kind of had on this game, he's done his job, I think, so far. And you can't really ask for much more with Graves mid with these kind of side lanes and champions in the game, in my opinion. And we've already seen the kind of damage that he's capable of outputting at that Baron pit. So it doesn't matter if he's 1, 3, and 3.
Oh my, yeah, okay. The damage is actually nutty. They don't have the AD carry in the pit. That is just Nunu Graves.
1.4k crit?
He's doing so much damage. It's gone. It's gone. Baron is secured.
1.4k
and
crit?
Foxy's top spot lane.
He doesn't even have an IE, man. What?
His last fight has to be IE, right?
I hope so. I really hope. Oh, he has Gathering Storm. Observer, you lied.
You liar.
He was in it for the whole time, Graves.
Stopwatch, okay.
So it's a GA.
Well, actually, I like Stopwatch because he can either turn that into a GA or you can just sell it once he's used it.
I mean, even more comically, you can turn it into a V1. Yeah. It would be on theme for this game. I don't know.
I think his W has AP scaling. I think that's the only thing.
It does. AP Graves in Earth, really hilarious. But also, don't do that whenever Earth is out. Just play regular Graves if you're going to play
Have you seen the new game mode, by the way?
Oh, the one where you get to have multiple ultimates?
Yeah, you can pick another champion's ultimate and it goes on one of your summoner spells. That's a cool mode. Also, Sentinels are lore. They're canon.
Yeah, because to do with dealing with Viego, because Viego is like a Runeterra level threat.
So Riven and Aurelia are now Sentinels, and so is Vayne. Cool. I think Vayne already was. I'm not sure what she was.
Yeah, because I think I can't remember whether they changed the lore on it, but like Riven is a Noxian that doesn't actually like what they were doing to Ionia, right? So she kind of like swap sides or something nonsense like that. I can't remember.
Yes, I believe so.
So her and Aurelia are like cool to work with each other, and I don't think Vayne actually has any allegiance other than like killing.
No, she's Demacian.
Oh, she's Demacian? Right.
Yeah. In the Viego cinematic, she's with Poppy.
Ah, yes, that's correct. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I'll take it back. Yeah.
Anyway, while we're talking lore, a siege has broken out, and the last turret of the game is going low, but Impulse looking for Monrobo, trying to find the Calibrum snipe, can't quite get it as the Moonlight Vigil comes out.
He might die.
Oh, Impulse with the snipe! Slam's coming in onto Sotzi, but he lands a Shuriken flip. The Absolute Zero will lock in 4 down, and he will lose his life as the cannon minions barrage onto the inhibitor tower in the bot lane. Now mid lane will be next up as they look to collapse the final tower. Baron buff in Lucent's pocket. All of the inhibitors will go down. It's by the books here for Lucent. Impulse capable of doing some serious damage as he does
my God.
Absolute metric buttload to Sutsi.
Yeah, they're so scared to end. They can't walk up to these carries, and they're not even going to be able to get the third inhibitor. Oh, okay.
Elder.
Leave the base of Enclave because, like you say, the Elder is spawning enough and available. Monroe is spawning in 15, but there's no jungler for Enclave. So at the end of the day, this should just be a Lucent Elder Dragon. And unlike the first time these guys met, it's going to be Lucent as a kill the Elder, and this should be the game-ending buff, I think.
But they're coming in. They're looking to come in. They've got teleport on Monroe. He's up in a couple of seconds. Sotsi also got his teleport. They spotted him out. Elder's secured. Impulse on the run now.
Well, they're just walking back and forth.
This game is nuts.
Okay, well, Elder secure, and seems like Lucent don't even want to end right now. They want to reset. And you know what? That's okay.
36,000 damage from the Ziggs.
Yes, exactly. And 25k on the other end.
And 4,900 from the Nunu.
That makes sense. As 80 AP, actually. Maybe they nerfed Gathering Storm. Not sure. As... Boy, I mean, once he gets that death cap, actually, can we flip over to the goal? He's got to be close. He's been down 4 items for a really long time.
Oh, he's not quite there yet. He's only just finished up the second needlessly large rod in gold value. He doesn't have the space to buy it. Yeah, they've only got to take this top in him, and then it's even with the Ziggs. That's a lot of waves they've got to be clearing.
But what's crazy to me is the Enclave carries still so much damage that Lucent are still taking major precautions on the approach. They do not want to risk. The flash is forced. Even with 20% of the health bar removed.
They don't want to make it. Sotzi's just going for the back door. Decides to cool it off. Rightly burning down low. The Moga Inferno bomb lands and they jump in onto Monroe. They're looking for the assassination out from Sotzi. He's taking so much damage. Has to stopwatch. They're going to look for info. The shielding is just popped. It's obliterated. The hook's going to land and Trinket. He will lose his life as they're looking for the Elder execution. They're giving the elbow from Monroe. He doesn't have the ultimate to finish this up though. He can't kill these last couple of members. Sotzi low HP and the big top is under fire. It looks like the circus will be coming to an end here. Lucent trying to find that damage. The wave clear is down. Impulse, can he save the day? No, he can't. He's knocked up. He's bopped. And Enclave will fall to Lucent. 44 minutes on the clock. 18 kills to 18 kills.
I don't want to be on this roller coaster anymore. Take me off. Oh my goodness.
Look,
all right. Look, okay.
Enclave with the clowns, but Lucent, they were the ringleader there.
Some premise, some things to set down now. Enclave off Twitter for the whole week. There's no way you can't appear in public after this one. That's a loss, bro. Secondly, I said we was gonna get a damn clown fiesta at the start of the game.
You were right. You were absolutely right, Jamada.
Oh. Man, what a game of League of Legends that was. And that's about all I can say about it.
We actually have Lucent's coach for an interview after the break, so we'll get to speak to the ringleader from this circus. We're going to throw to a break though for now, and we'll see you while we catch our breaths in a moment.